Hello. Welcome back, everybody. WTN proud to present you the next match is coming up, which is going to be between Betta from Moscow, and on the other side of the pool in blue is Tampere. And where's Tampere's list? Players list. Somewhere here. Okay. What do you have? Okay, sorry about the delay here. Now, introducing to you, playing for Tampere in blue, number 1, Timo Ahola. Number 2, Ilkka Hugo. Number 4, Jussi Marttila. Number 5, Seppo Antila. Number 7, Riku Rikonen. Number 9, Antti Vahtera. Number 10, Toni Nurmi. Number 12, Otso Nurmi. Number 13, Antti Sauron. Number 14, Heikki Lukko. Number 16, Teemu Petteri. And a captain, number 17, Juho Aalto. The coaches are Riku Rikonen and Reijo Rantaraki. And for Betta, number 12, Ilya Asora. Wearing number 16, Alexander Bakarov. Number 6, Yuri Boyko. Number 15, Jim Holmberg. Number 11, Victor Krilo. Number 8, Sergei Lyova. Number 33, Alexei Pryaznikov. Number 13, Tommy Swolainen. Number 99, Tom Holmback. Number 10, Henrik Nielsen. Number 69, Gonzalo Zenadiaz. And number 77, Tino Letti. The coach, Alexander Krylov. The referees this match, okay. The referees, Yuri Gimutta is the referee, and Rafael Morris, and who is that? That's Robert Cook. All right. Sorry about the confusion there. Got you there. Yeah. All right, the match is going to start soon, and you can follow the commentary on the internet, live stream. match is going. Sorry to have been absent for the start there, but I think you managed the first 30 seconds without me. And what's happening now? First match for both. See. First match for Betta. And they are very optimistic about their chances of doing well. Betta feels that they've come with a very strong team. And Tampere is maybe missing a couple players, so we see Bacana if they're drifting up. Free throw in favor of Betta. No? Yeah, Betta. Down on the bottom, coming in on the left side, avoiding getting tied up. Oh, behind the back pass upwards. Really not something that average club coach would recommend you doing, but if you can do it, you can do it. And in they come, battling on the right side. I talked to some of the players in Betta about what sort of strategy and tactics they're using, and they said don't look at the Russian National League play and say that that's what we're going to do. But I do see that tendency, namely that the Russian players go in and then they get locked up and they fight their way. They go up to the surface and fight for the ball, break away, get the ball in the end, pass it down, and start the next attack. And that's exactly what we've seen happen right now. So there's no reason to believe that they're not going to play that way. Suomalainen going in, he's a very tough player, and even though the Tampere player got the ball, he had a lot of trouble clearing out, getting clear, and they lost it immediately, and that was the pressure of not having easy passes. Referee holds the action, free throw in favor of Tampere, and it was a rough play, roughing. Oh, real dogfight here. You go Alto. He's a really tough player. Free throw in favor of Betta, holding. Over to the left side, and then a pass over down to the bottom, wrestling. Betta coming in, getting under the back, working to pass around, makes it, and or the pass made it halfway, shared by both clubs, both teams, yeah, and Victor Kulop is there tugging. It's a mess. Yeah, this is the way Betta likes to play, this dirty surface fighting, and then get down and make an attack right away. And they managed to pull it off again. And they got that ball away from Juho Alto, so not something easy to do. That shows you how strong they are and how accomplished they are in this kind of scrappy fighting. They're holding on to the ball. Now they're on the bottom, passing over, above, and they just want to get Bacana for one of those goal scorer guys, Jim Holmbeck above, and they'll score. So it's not easy for Tampere, not easy at all. It's a tough match. Basically a lot of pressure here. Ball handling skills. Over. Elias, sort of, number 12, had that ball. 16. Bakanov. Oh, they're wearing away Tampere's defense. And the pass seen, but not picked off. And now I don't know if that was a back or, no, that was Juhalta there. He came in and he just, the back didn't see that the ball was there right by him. Floated down to the bottom and allowed Betta to continue this attack. Now a bear hug with the knees into the body, choking the air out of the guy. That's going to be very unpleasant. And yet he still has not surrendered the ball. A lot of players would just want to go home if somebody did that to you. Oh, they're resting their feet on the ledge, which is not allowed, but the referee doesn't call it. Perhaps it was too brief to break the action. Pushing along all the way over into the corner now. So if Tampere gets the ball, they have a chance to go on the attack immediately. And they tried to corner, but Jim Holmbeck comes up over and they find, I think it's Bakanov. Victor Kudolf it was. Sergei Leonov. No. Timoletti. Wow. Oh, they're working so hard. This is a really intense game. So in contrast to the play between Akeren and Malsch, which was stop and go, this is really intense. There hasn't been a lot of resting.
Og den anden, der skifter ud i bag. Det sidste mål.
Up on the surface wrestling. So Leonov there. I think it was Leonov. Both teams trying to position somebody underneath the scrum so that they can come up with the ball. In the end, it's Betta. Betta's good at this. Someone's snorkel drifts down. So, who's the player who's got no snorkel? That means they're potentially down a player. Oh, nice pass. He's exposed the ball though, and the ball grew a Tampere player. Exhausting wrestling match on the surface, and generally my impression is that Betta is going to win these, and they have won it again. Coming in from above, trying to pass over to the strong side, weak side, sorry, and they've got a couple players there. He manages to dump it down, very nice blind pass. He knew his teammate would be there. Now they pass out to the center. Tommy Suomalainen, he passes over, and they come in. Now they've got an angle. He dumps it behind his back. Oh man, that was really something. That was something. Yuri Boyko put that one in. And look at the behind the back pass there. And wow. So Victor Krylov knew that Boyko was coming in, passed it behind his back, and Boyko exploited that and put the ball in. 1-0 Betta.
Man ser det næste, nu bryder det direkte over til mig. Jeg får bolden her, det må lægge hovedet ned.
Free throw in favor of Betta.
Det er ikke engang knæet, jeg har oppe i ham. Og hvem scorer tredje mål ind? Nielsen.
Jim Holmbeck on the bottom there, passing to Krohn.
Der han flyver. Målmanden, han ligger jo fandme.
Gonzalo, that was now coming in from above, trying to pry the goalie off, and no back or forward, really. It's in. No goal. Pushing. Okay. It was holding. So it's a free throw in favor of Tampere. What looked like a goal was disallowed because the Betta players were pushing before they had the ball.
Nej, hvor er der tæt på, at vi får den. Men hvorfor ikke nogle venstre ven? Det er jo ikke.
Ja.
Det var den der, hvor vi ligger og roder, og hvor jeg får den fri ned til vores band. Så svømmer de kun sammen.
They put the ball into play. It's a pass over, not connecting, and Tampere really a holding call here. So the ball goes to Betta. Yuri Boyko, or I think it is. Alexei Priashnikov passes over to the corner, behind the back, flips over. Victor Krylov moves over. They take it in. The Tampere back gets it. He pushes his way away from the goal, but he's on the surface in this fight that we know that Betta likes these kinds of contests. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players in that scrum. Now they've reduced it to just 2. And you can see a Betta player underneath where he should be, and he ends up with the ball. So I mean, it's like clockwork. They want to do it this way. They want a dirty fight on the surface. They want to end up with the ball and then make a quick strike. Oh, this is exhausting. Well, this is not the so-called beautiful underwater rugby, but it's a legitimate contest. As you can see, this is really hard. Asorov comes up with the ball. He's looking to pass, and he finds teammate. Now they come over 3-on-3. In any case, they're going into the goal. They float up to the surface again. This time, the ball is snatched away by Tampere. Tampere's fighting, trying to clear. Oh, they got it. Now's a chance. Fast break. Suomalainen is coming in. He's got a chance to score. He's a goal threat. The guy is tough. And now they're coming in from above. Number 10, they've got the other side now. It was a real difficult situation for Betta, but they survived it. A bunch of players in the scrum, and we'll see who ends up with it. Tampere's trying to have a player underneath, but they are not consistently there. Right now it's a Betta player who's in position. Now a Tampere player comes in. And a second there. 3 of them all at once. That's probably going to lead to somebody running out of oxygen. Somebody goes up into the fight. Alto on the surface there, we can see. And Bakanov is in there too somewhere. Tampere has it, looking to pass, no outlet, but Juho Alto finds the loose ball. He goes down, he's fighting, he's pulling on the goalie. They're trying to jerk him off if he can get the pass to the next player, and it's a mess. It's dangerous for Betta, but Tampere was unable to capitalize. All the way to the other side of the pool rather quickly. And Betta attacking the goalie. It's exposed. Vantahara has his hands on it briefly, but now it's back in the hands of Betta. Long pass down, immediately forechecked. Now they're coming. Goal. So was it Yuri Boyko who scored that goal? Let's take another look here. Yeah, force. Yuri Boyko just blasted the goalie off, pushed him off. Brutal. So now it's a 2-0 lead in favor of Betta. And there are only 45 seconds left in the first half. Betta would like to, Tampere would like to get on the scoreboard. They have had some good attacks, but most possession and most of the play has been on the wrong side of the pool from the Tampere perspective. And Betta has forced them to play this dirty underwater rugby, which we see right now. Tommy Suomalainen and Jim Holmbeck. So Betta really enjoys players with a lot of national experience. Suomalainen and Holmbeck, Krylov, these are all people who played elite international CMS competitions. End of the first half here. Okay, we'll be back with you in a minute. We enter halftime with a 2-0 lead in favor of Betta. Second half is about to resume here in Bellahoy Swim Stadium as Betta
and Tampere duke it out. Betta has a 2-0 lead, and they have met real resistance from Tampere, but the pattern over and over has been the dirty play on the surface, the ball going down, eventually the opportunity comes and Betta scored. Now see if Tampere can change this. They can turn things around here. Fighting for the ball on the bottom right now. Down on the bottom, in comes there's no goalie there. They've blocked. They've stolen the goal, and the ball drifts down to the bottom. It's going to be reached by. Now it's an opportunity. Oh, he had it. Really tough here. Boiko wrestling for the ball. Tampere was very lucky to escape that situation without having a goal scored against them. But now there are two Tampere players, and they're going in and brutalizing the Victor Krylov there. But in the end, it's Ilya Azorovs who came out with it. And Tampere's chasing. Free throw, tack on the head. Tampere working. Juhalto couldn't hold on to it. And now it's a fast break. Chuzin passes over. Picked off by Tampere, floating up to the surface. Again, it's a dirty fight. And in favor of Betta, as usual. Two Betta players coming in. And one of them's on the other side. Oh, again, major danger. And Juhalto can't get to the ball fast enough. Was he held? I would have thought there was holding there or something. Yeah, holding. It's called against. Yes. It was holding. Otherwise, Alto would have gotten to that ball. I mean, he saw it. He was moving towards it. There was no other explanation. You couldn't see who was holding on, but there was someone. They set the ball into play. It's a pass to the left side. He's immediately enveloped. Three Betta players have grabbed him, and they're trying to strip him the ball. He's got one teammate there, but that's not enough to protect him from that kind of strength. Suomalainen passes, but it's picked off by Vantere, and Suomalainen didn't like losing that ball, so he making that bad pass. He went back and got it, which is the responsible thing to do. Now they come in all the way from the other side, and it's another goal. So Krylov passed to Yuri Boiko. Krylov has a lot of assists. That seems to be the role that he's defined for himself. A really good pass. Let's see, how did Boiko get the goalie off? In shoulder arm. He jammed his shoulder in and shoved the ball in. It was simple. 3-0 to Betta now. Rantamaki out in the center. He goes to the bottom, goes up. He's attacked hard. He loses the ball. And UWRC gets it back, heads over. It's a 1-on-3 suddenly. And he manages to pass to a teammate who's coming in. But the next pass doesn't work out. And it's Betta again. And they're going quickly. And it's Viktor Krylov coming over the top. He's looking, he decides he's out of air. He's looking for a teammate who he finds somebody. Sergei Leonov, and then it goes over. Akonov had it for a while. Now Boyk. Oh, very worrisome for Tampere that they're getting kicked around like this. And now there's going to be, they're pushing over and over, and it's going to end up in a goal sooner or later, the way this is going. So, Krylov, he's looking for the pass. He goes up. Oh, beautiful pass out to the other side, even long. And how he knew that his teammate was going to come through and be there. It's really nice. Krylov setting up something. Gonzalez coming in. Passing over to the right, could be a scrum. Up back to the surface, more dirty rugby. Yanking, jerking. Nobody wants to give up the ball. Although coaches sometimes say just don't expend so many people in these scrums, but yeah, they held on. Again, who won the scrum? Betta. And it's not as if Tampere are weak. It's not it at all. Tampere has the ball on the surface. They drop it. It drifts down, and the player who has it having difficulty finding a pass, an outlet. He's got two players on him, and then another teammate comes over and joins the scrum. They push out. They try to get away from their own goal. But it's Betta that ends up with it. And then a downward pass. Is it Gonzalez? Swims up to the surface to get air, holding the ball behind him. Finds a teammate on the surface. Pass it to him. They're standing on the, not legal, the referee doesn't call it. Not allowed to stand on the ledges there. Oh, pass over, he's pushing. It could be a goal. They're fighting. But Tampere gets the ball, and then the pass is not seen, ends up turning into another quick attack, and the ball's in. It's in, pushed in. Alexander Bakonov puts another basket in. Oh, he pushed on the back of the head there. Oh, nice technique, really. So there's a technique that I think a lot of club players don't have, and that is to rest the ball on the back of the goalie's head and then swim with full force so that you lift the goalie off, pressing them with the ball, and then as soon as they float off enough, you just stick the ball in. It's beautiful, elegant, demands a lot of energy and coordination, and you can't just do it out of the blue. You've got to practice it. Timeout now. Here they come. Back in action. Tampere is trying to get on the scoreboard to change things, and they have had no luck really. They've had a couple of good attacks in the first half, but basically Betta has been defining the whole game. And it's not that Tampere wouldn't be okay with playing that game, but they're not stronger than Betta at that dirty surface fighting. Hey, wait, that's what's happening right now again. More dirty surface fighting. And I think it's Bakanov there, or Boyko. They go in there. You can't take the ball from them. And then someone's going to be underneath to get that pass. You can see that both teams are trying to position somebody underneath. But with a 4-0 lead, you don't want to be spending time doing that. About 7.5 minutes left in the game approximately. And how is... Really, I would say the question now is like, can Betta get on a can Tampere get on the scoreboard? That's what they want to do. I don't think they can win. It just seems out of reach. But they would like to score. To not be shut out. The long pass, they end up... Free throw. Tampere gets the call. Holding goes against Betta. In comes Tampere. And they have to try to position themselves so that they can help each other instead of just being next to each other. Wow. Enormous energy to rip the ball free. And it still doesn't work. Jim Holmbeck hovering. Oh, neck grip there. Holding, you call it. Holding in favor of Betta. Shooters in. Goes in, decides to stir things up, and he leaves. Doesn't want to get engaged in a really tough battle. Now, Tampere is tied up on the surface. Ball squirts out, picked up by Tampere. Tampere has a free, fast break going, but the forechecking is there. He spins around, the ball at his thigh. Eventually, over on the top. Oh, they don't manage to put it in, but the pressure is there, and it could come any time. And very difficult for, so he's got Leonov on his arm and somebody else on his the rest of his body holding his own, so he can't engage both arms. Frustrating for the player with the ball, and he loses it understandably. He held on to it for a long time. Oh, goal coming. No. Tampere held them off there. It looked like a goal was going to go in, but the defender managed to get his hand on it at the critical last second and just staved it off. That was an opportunistic area pass there, and it turns out they got it. But now Tampere has the ball at last, and Tampere's coming over. It's a 2-on-2 situation. He goes up, and now they're coming back down again. Number Achula. Betta fighting. Oh, it's a brutal struggle for the ball here. Chuzin gives it up, the responsibility. Who took it? Ilya Azorov or Timolet? It was Timolet who took it there for a while. Now they're over. It's another bad situation for Tampere. They come in. The back's got his fins pointed the wrong way, and the pass goes to the other side. Oh, the goalie's gone, but they lost hold of it and could not score. Drifts down, the ball picked up by Betta. Victor Krylov goes into the scrum. They shoot it down. Alexei Pravchikov took it over, and eventually they get it back over to Krylov, who passes down to the goal itself, and there's an empty basket there. So Jim Holmbeck scored on a pass. .5-0 in favor of Betta. They said they had a strong team, and they've shown it. Because last season, Tampere was one of the top teams. So for Betta to come in and knock them down like this is pretty impressive. Now they come over 2-on-1, empty basket, but the ball's exposed, and the back who was there scooped it up and tried to get out. Now they're countering. And That's it. That's the ball game. That's the ball game. I'll see if there's going to be an interview.